Hello everybody, this is Bulldozer Investing and today is December 17th, 2020. Everything that we are going to say and include in this video is educational purposes only. Do your own due diligence and invest at your own risk. So let's begin. The session today was amazing for me. Everything that I've been saying, it landed perfectly. Okay, I said the gold will rise, dollar will devaluate, money will be pumped into the market, and that's what we're seeing overall in the market. Okay, I am not seeing the volume yet, and I believe the volume would come after the stimulus package. However, today what I found out, this actually was a note that I had maybe in the beginning of 3 weeks ago. DraftKings moving up to 64. Apple reached my target. BIGC is still stalling, but we saw a great action which I will review today. PTON reached my target. I will review today. I took a note. And SDGR reached my first target. Long-term target is 120, but this is way long-term target, and I'll talk about SDGR today. Okay, so let's begin our analysis. Palantir. What did I say yesterday? People were getting freaked out. Bears were coming out of their caves, mocking, saying all that. I said, look at this candle. And I said, every time we run out of this purple channel that I drew, we come back harder. Okay. Volume was a little better today. Stochastics is building up. Okay. And this is the daily. I'm going to switch to 4 hours and hourly in a second. But look at this. We finished above this trend line, and we will, if we get this weekly candle, so let's look at the weeklies. If we get the weekly candle to be a green hammer for tomorrow, so we get anything above 28.26, which will be our resistance tomorrow, then we will most basically fly high for the next couple weeks. My first target is definitely 31.36 for next week, and if we can push all-time high next week, we'll see about that. But I will definitely target 40-42 range for my long-term goal. So second, let's go ahead and analyze, and I haven't actually finished yet, so let's go over, I'm going to actually go over the hourly chart. Let's do auto scale. Look at this baby, beautiful consolidation here. A lot of people got panicked. I got panicked that I thought that if we were to break down 25.07 level, I was kind of freaked out because we would see a short-term bearish trend. But I knew over then, I watched the volume just pick up. Stochastics were building up. Okay, MACD is setting up. Okay, so everything is good. On the hourly though, I thought we broke that purple channel. On the hourly, it doesn't seem like we did. On the daily, it seemed like we did. Okay, maybe the candle, the closing candle, I didn't see it. But anyhow, the first resistance tomorrow is going to be on 27.37, which 27.43, around there. That's what we saw today. Okay, so the second thing we're going to see is the 28.26. So basically, the Monday highs and the Friday highs, we need to knock that over, and then I will be super bullish. I'm already bullish on this one, but I'd be super bullish if we were to break the resistance of 28.34. And another chart here on another tool, Thinkorswim. We're doing great, guys. 28.23 tomorrow. We need to break this level. Then we'll go to 31.24. That's the second target. Again, we'll definitely test the 40s area sooner or later. Okay. All right. So next up is BIGC. I've been talking about this name. Maybe not a lot of people know this. It's rounding. So we look at the daily. It looks better. On the daily, it is definitely rounding up. We're building momentum. Stochastic's ready. MACD is getting there. We might need some time. Finally got pick buy volume. And most importantly, I've been emphasizing this over and over and over again. Share float is only 34.6 million. And the short volume, maybe it changed a little today, I don't know. But 29.93. 30% short. On this sort of float, we will see a huge, I mean, I was being, a lot of people might think that I'm, you know, crazy. I put up here $90 target. This was a couple weeks ago. And we did have that run up actually. I thought that we had this run up and we were going great. And I gave that target right here on this huge day. And we did reach around 86, I believe. So I was pretty good with my target on that, you know, 3-4 weeks ago. The issue was that it got sold off. But this time, if we pick up, if you know, go to the channel, I think we'll see 90 shortly, maybe next week. So let's draw that. How I came up with that. So if you simply, and I need to, you know, simplify my chart a little, but if we see this yellow trend line, let's make this thicker. Okay. I believe once we get in, we're gonna hit my target right here, and top of the channel is around 93. But 90 is pretty conservative at this point. Okay. So let's see what happens with BIGC again. This is something that I put very little on my portfolio. Suggested to people who, you know, friends that want to take the risk. But this will be the talk of the town when nobody picked it up around, you know, the lows that we've talked about. And then when it reaches 90, when we're about to sell, people will be like, buy, 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 buy. That's when we're selling. Okay. Of course, I have higher targets, but let's just, once we touch the trend lines here, you know, 92, 93, let's not, you know, test our luck. Let it, you know, come down a little, maybe around, you know, back to 80, 83, then we'll buy again. Next ticker here, Peloton. Now, Peloton, I would sell here. I'm not going to push my luck. If it breaks above, that's fine, but I'm not going to, and it touched just barely today and it just got rejected. Let's see how the action is. I've suggested this again 3 weeks ago, sometime around here, like somewhere around here, 105. And then I said that it would go to 139. And it got around 137. So I wouldn't push my luck and I would sell here. Okay. Next ticker, Facebook. This was one of our new YouTube subscribers wanted to ask. I did review Facebook. It's sitting at a support level on the cloud. It's pretty good. Lowest I could see that it would go and scare off the bulls would be 270. And after 270, I would definitely say it's gonna break 288. My first target is 307. By February, my target is 346 after earnings. That's my target. Right now, I like the internals are doing good. It's just stalling. It's just consolidating for the next big run up, and this is what all the big sector is doing. Your Microsofts, Apples, and all that. You know, Amazons. They're about to break. So a lot of the Russells, they're probably gonna get sold off, and the big institutions are probably gonna dive into the big sector. And you know, the giants are going to wake up from their sleep. So that's what I'm expecting, and Facebook is one of them. SDGR, I had another question about this, and we've been reviewing SDGR. SDGR, as you can see, my point target was 120 when? Again, I said I put all those targets for my private Discord. I've said, I think it was like before December, somewhere around here, when it was trying to break the cloud, like 62 area, I said I'm, you know, expecting 120. And from 61, it's already at 78. I wouldn't chase it here, and this, I didn't draw this today. I drew it right around here. It needed to fill the gap, and Apparently so, what a coincidence, and I couldn't be more millimetric than this if I wanted to. It touched that line a little tiny over, if you can see, but just bounced back. Still, it's a good candle here. It's not bearish at all. I like this stock, but I don't chase when it goes up. I like this consolidation and flag, and it broke out, but I would not chase it. I want it to come back to this channel, maybe 74, maybe the 70, just let it rest a little, and then I'll buy it. That's my target. And I think 68 would be the perfect price to get in at this point. If not, don't chase it. There's always, you know, another opportunity. My target here was 120 somewhere here, so by March or something we'll probably get there. This is a beautiful chart. This is a beautiful chart. Okay. In the very, very long term, maybe a couple years, like it could hit the 170 level. Okay. That's way later, maybe like at end of 2022. But I'm super bullish on this. When you have Bill Gates' name and interest in a company, if Bill Gates has an interest in a company, you should definitely also have an interest. I'm not saying you should put your money into it, but also have an interest, okay? So the next ticker would be Uber. I did suggest on my Discord for my followers to buy this one as well. And what a beauty. What a beauty. I suggested that it would go to 50.17, and I think that was the lowest of the day. I drew this before. I drew this at the highs. Actually, it was about to break out, but I did suggest that if the lowest it could go was 5.17, and it did. Again, these are things that I didn't really draw before recording the video. This was during the session, somewhere around 50, 80, somewhere around there, 90s, that I thought that it would still come back. Even if it does go a little lower, this is a name that I'm expecting to go higher. We've seen many of these breakouts. My target is $56 by middle of January. So you have about 15%. Long-term target is 62 here. As you can see, the trend line coming up from below. It can reach 62. So it's a good investment. You can't go wrong with Uber, especially if you see the valuations for DoorDash and other stuff, Airbnb. I'd say that Uber deserves a better valuation. I'm not a value investor in any ways, but technicals suggest at least 57 and then 62. Okay. As you can see, I have another long-term trend line. I don't know where that's coming from, but that's pointing to $70. Okay. Those are long-term. In the short term, meanwhile, let's shoot for 57. Okay, 57.77. Tesla. Now, big day coming up. It did break this rounded top, which I was worried about, and I am an opportunist, so I thought that if it would come down, if I get that opportunity, I'll buy it. I won't chase it. If you're a day trader, or if you think you have tight stop losses, I don't have during the day. I'm not a full-time day trader. But if you want to put a stop limit, this can go to 722. So let's draw that box too. In the meantime, this is my target for Tesla. Okay, so Tesla is 655. It's a little expensive, and let's say if I were to have $2,000-$3,000, I don't want to put into there's always a way of putting it into options, of maybe doing call spreads. But if you don't like the options on Tesla, then this is a company that I've been buying and selling since here, around it was $1.50, right around here. The first one I got it and I left it, and then I never touched it, and it just kept for a long time it was just consolidating, and it just waited for this moves with Tesla. So this is the reason why I'm showing it to you. Is that it's definitely rounding up. Okay, so as you can see, it's rounding up. It did try to break this resistance. Okay, And if Tesla runs, first resistance for this is, for the fib, it's 771. For the cloud, it's 798. But if Tesla goes really high, this would hit probably 1092. I'm not investing. The stochastics looks nice. The MACD is taking its time. Maybe it'll consolidate again until it just rises up again. I mean, I've searched this company. Literally, the cars that they're producing is a joke. It's kind of like a go-kart or whatever. I wouldn't like invest in this company, but if you want to play that EV sector, you know, the craziness, BLNK, the something that I've suggested, but I didn't invest, so I wrote it in the Discord channel, and I drew this. So you see what I mean with Tesla, with Uber, I drew the same thing. With BLNK, it just bam. I wouldn't chase it here. That's good. I think I got like, I think I looked at my buy and sell records. I had like 200 shares around like 25, and I sold it right at the top, like 27, somewhere around, which I'm a little ashamed of. I don't know why. Maybe because I needed to average down something else, that I, you know, took the small gains and I put the entire money onto averaging something else. Maybe Palantir I was averaging. Yeah, the stochastics are okay, like they're still going. MACD is still overbought, but it's still going. I'm not seeing a negative trend here. So this can go higher. Is how much higher? Yeah, it hit the 100%. So I would say 43 would be the next stage, but I'd probably draw another fib from here to here to get the 61. It'll probably rest around 31.30 for the next run if it does. But this is huge. This is huge. This was a winner for us, not for me. I didn't follow it up. But yeah, if you don't want to play Teslas, then you have the XPengs and the BLNKs and Solos and all the other EV stocks the stocks that move up with the EV sector. Okay, because if Tesla goes up like 5%, these things go up like 10, 15. So that's, I mean, it did happen like that. I think Tesla was 4. This went up like 11.39. So that's pretty good. The next is Cloudflare. Now I'm in the business of, you know, software business and cybersecurity. So Cloudflare, I think I probably drew this on 4 hours or hour. I don't know what. Yeah, 4 hours. It looks like it's breaking out, and it did get a solid support right around the top of the cloud, which is okay. I think in the long run, this is definitely a good investment, and the cloud sector is getting attention. Is 94 my target? I'm not in this, and I'm still waiting for the breakout. I'm not in this, but if it does, it could go to 94. Okay. So it'll eventually go like this and hit 94 around, let's say, end of January. Okay, that's what the channel is saying. I don't have a, you know, magic 8 ball or in my hand that I would, you know, be able to estimate exact times, but that's what the channel is predicting. If it drops, then we're expecting 76 area, just bouncing up and down, and eventually 94 bucks. Okay. Another this in the same sector, another chart that I like better than Cloudflare is ZS Scalar. These things were like, I think before the crash it was like 50 bucks. I've got in, and it had like a terrible earning before the crash anyways, and then it just kept like dropping after where is it, March. Yeah, there you go. Okay, let's do daily on this one. So I think, yeah, so it crashed pretty hard. It filled the gap and it crashed pretty hard, and it just kept going down anyways. So in right after March, it picked up. The cloud sector was hot, stay home thing, and a lot of companies are turning into cloud. It got a beautiful candle, broke out. I would say 204. Again, I'm not invested in this, but I'm just pointing out technical breakouts, and this was one of the breakouts that I've seen today. Last but not least, this is a slow moving one, but Walmart is an interesting one today. That again, I see that round, I see, you know, consolidation, pretty good buy volume, and the stochastics is beautiful right now. We haven't seen these levels for a long time since here, so this consolidation phase, again, it might look very similar in a way. And I also suggest everybody, so when something breaks out, you know, you get that FOMO. I missed it. Don't, because when it breaks out, it always comes back right around the breakout stage. It flagged and then bam. Okay. So what I'm looking for in Walmart is if it can get to 151, it's a good area. 150 calls for January 15 would be nice. I don't like to buy commons for Walmart because it just moves so slow that I don't have that patience. But you know, 150 calls for Jan 15 would be awesome. And it might just break out, come back, touch the support of the cloud, and then go back up. Okay, looks good, and a lot of setups, a lot of technical setups. I am liking the market. I am liking the market, the way that I can, you know, look at, and I told everybody to stay away from the airline sector, the cruise sector. The news is out, the expectation is over. Okay, don't chase it. Even if it goes higher, I don't think it's worth the risk anymore. Okay, but that's about it for today. Let's look at SPY before we close, just to see where we're going and what we predicted and what happened. Okay. So on SPY, my first prediction was 375. So flagging here, beautiful flagging, and everybody freaked out in these drops. Okay, so when you gap up like this, you always sell in the morning, especially because people are going to take profits in huge sell volume. Actually, the sell volume was so huge that I don't see like a lot of buy volumes. I see a lot of sell volumes. It's just a pump. Market is moving on technicals. They're just burning shorts. This flag is beautiful. Okay, Friday, let's see what happens. 273, we might like stall there and just bounce back to 370s, maybe like $2-3 drop. But eventually by next week, I said by Christmas, 375, and we are going there. Okay, everything I say so far on my videos, that if you've had listened, it comes at a perfection. Reason why is because we're going by technicals, and right now market is moving technical. Too much liquidity being pumped by the Fed, dollar is devaluating, gold is gonna go higher, crypto is going higher because of that. When the Fed is hawkish, when it comes maybe in a couple of years, 1 or 2 years, then those people who are buying Bitcoin will see what happens. Okay, right now life is beautiful for them, but they should thank the Fed right now. I don't hate the Bitcoin sector, the cryptocurrency. It's just that I have no clue what it's being valuated on. It's total speculation. Somebody made up, you know, imaginary tokens, and people are digging up in the cyberspace and finding them and valuing them. I mean, if you look at how the dollar is valued, it's just paper again, printing, and then government. Gold standard, silver standard is gone, so I don't really necessarily see the difference between the cryptocurrency and dollar at this point. I don't know what we're printing against, so it's just like unlimited amount of money supply. Waste of trees, in my opinion. And reason why I like Facebook is because eventually I think Fed and Facebook would probably work together to, and Visa and all the other companies are agreeing with this. They're probably going to work along with Facebook, that we're going to run on cryptocurrency, but not Bitcoin. I think that Bitcoin was made for testing people's psychology, how people get used to it. how people's perspective change. And at this COVID, people are probably even looking closer to having cryptocurrencies or electronic things, because nobody's going to touch paper money. Okay, so that's what my prediction is. Bitcoin will probably go higher, as much as I don't really get the concept or don't like it, but it seems like it's going to go even higher. And stock market is going to go higher, gold is going to go higher, and we're going to basically go in a infinite inflation, infinite bubble till it bursts. But let's ride it, and we'll think about it later. My first ride, our stop will be 375. We'll take our profits. I think when this hits 375, that's when our Ubers, that's when our Palantirs will hit, like, 38s, 40s, 42s, and Apples will go to like 138. That's when we'll stall, and that's when your bears will come and say we're too overvalued and blah blah blah. It's because we hit a technical term. Every time we go down, they're like, yeah, we're going down because of valuation. Market does not run on valuation anymore. Okay, that was back 30 years ago. Okay, so that's it. That's my conclusion, and let's get ready for tomorrow and make some money. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Please support the channel, and we'll try to do daily videos every day, free out of charge. Enjoy it, and hit the thumbs up and click the subscribe button. Thank you all. Have a nice day.